What's going on, beautiful people? Mr. Watson speaking, back again with another upload. Two things. One, your boy is fully vaccinated, so you know what that means. Feeling good, feeling great. Unmask me. I haven't been feeling any symptoms of any craziness or whatever, but we're good. Two, the main focus of this video, I finished my first week at Amazon, and I'll say it's like an acquired taste. Best way to put it. Oh, wait, hold on. Before I start, have you subscribed to the channel yet? Join up, man. Come on, swing your way to me. No, it's me and yo. 1, 2, Scooby-Doo. Oh. Sean. I'm gonna say a couple things. One, the work is not hard. It is not something that is very difficult to understand or hard to do. It's more like it's just repetitive. It's not really interesting. It's really simple what you do. It's not rocket science at all. Next thing that I like is that you only work 4 days a week and you have 3 days off, which is kind of cool. The only problem is that you work 10 hours each day and you're standing on your feet all day. Like, you have 3 breaks: break in the morning, then a 35-minute lunch in the afternoon, and then a last afternoon 15-minute break. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, bro, like, as time was going on, those did not do anything for me. Like, if you work there, you will understand how fast that time goes compared to those 10 hours. It is not something that you want to be there and sitting for that long doing, bro. I mean, a couple cool things. They give you free shoes. I mean, I didn't wear them. I just wear my regular shoes. Probably might get them at some point. And they give you health benefits and stuff, health insurance, life insurance. I'm not really doing that, but if you are working there, it's something cool that you can look, or if you're planning on working there, it's something cool to look into. Also, the dress code in there is very lax. Like, you could come in whatever you want, as long as you're not wearing like sandals or something like that. But I came in like pajamas, sweats, t-shirts, short. Like, you could literally come in whatever you want, as long as you're not on some belly top or whatever, like wearing your birthday suit. No, you know what I mean. But it's very lax, and I was like, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So boom, day one comes. I work Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I work those 4 days. So Sunday comes, I'm walking into the warehouse, and they're basically sending me over to a training room where they just basically teach us the basic things of being an Amazonian. And when they were done with the presentation, the learning ambassador basically was like, oh, who's afraid of heights, yada yada. And I was like, buh. After that, me and a couple other people who weren't really big on like heights and stuff like that, we went with a different learning ambassador, and he was like, okay, we're gonna head over to the shipment dock. And the shipment dock is in the outbound side. There's the inbound and the outbound side. And the outbound side is basically like where all the packages are and where the trucks are and placing them in and stuff like that. So when we got there, we were basically getting trained on how to use like the machine to scan things, use the printer and use the cages and stuff, and how to like shift things around. Learning ambassador did a great job teaching us that stuff. This is like when I say the stuff is not hard at all. It's not crazy, because when he was done teaching us everything, we literally just started working. And when I say it's very repetitive, you do the same thing over and over again for 10 hours, it gets really boring and uninteresting, no fun. You can't listen to music, which is whack. It's so like, bro, you're just there with your thoughts, just moving packages, scanning them, swinging a cage, scanning it, and repeating that over and over and over again. And unless they switch you, and they're meant to switch you, but this is gonna get into later. So for the first period, I was just scanning the packages, moving them, transferring them over to the area where they need to be. And they changed me over to loading packages. I liked it more because literally all you do is just transfer it over, you take the packages out, and then you scan that it's done, and then you do the next cage, and same thing over and over again. And nobody bothers you, and the time moves fast, like, as you're doing it. I like the fact that I was like in my own space, like just doing it and getting it out the way. Time was moving smoothly. And I was like, okay, that's good. But then, day was coming to an end, and this one guy pulls up on me, and he's like, oh, we're usually meant to get so-and-so amount in the thing. And I'm like, hey, bro, it's my first day, yada yada. And then he says some shit like, oh, I could get like 10 by myself. I'm like, bro, okay, like, what do I care? Like, bro. And then we were just talking. He's like, oh yeah, day one, we're gonna take it slow. I'm like, so why would you? I'm like, all right, bro, whatever. Asked him for his name because I was like, yo, I want to remember who this guy is. So day one ended. I was like, okay. Got home and I was like, damn, my body was hurting. I sat down, my feet, it felt like a relief to sit down. So on day 2, we just got straight into the work. They put me on the loading, so I was just loading the packages, going about my business. And then after a point, they changed me over to it's called BOD, and it's like board on demand. So it's basically like the heavier packages and stuff, like the longer ones that are shaped kind of differently. It's different from moving around the smaller packages. Like these are a lot more heavier and difficult to carry around. It didn't really bother me. I was like, okay, because time was going pretty fast, and like I had like a good group of people with me who were like just making life easier for me. And I wasn't complaining. I was good. Time was going. Done. Bro, and the lunches and the breaks, bro, I have to bring that up again. Like, you will realize if you work there or you're going to work there, how fast those breaks are. It just pains me because I'm like, bro, 10 hours. I'm like, that's not enough time. That is not enough time. Anyway, shape or form, it's not enough time. But anyways, I get my work done, and I'm like, all right, cool. After that BOD stuff, my body was feeling very like, okay, I'm feeling the aches, the pains. My feet was hot, and I got home. Day 3, this is where things get a little crazy. So on day 3, they immediately placed me in BOD, and I'm just there the whole day. Remember, the whole day. As I said before, they have to change you. They're supposed to rotate you like every 2 or 3 hours, I believe, if I'm correct. And I was there that whole day in the place where they be having all those heavy packages, moving them around, squatting, doing like all these techniques just so I don't like hurt myself. Because, bro, if you work there, you have to think smart, not hard. And I've noticed people who are working there, they work hard and little to no smart. And I'm like, yo, y'all are gonna hurt yourselves long term. Like, that's the way they moving, bending their backs, killing. Nope, not me, not me. Not gonna happen. The thing is, doing all that squatting and stuff, moving around all these heavy items for 10 hours, I started to feel my hamstring feel a little weird. And as I was walking, I just started to notice I was limping a little bit. And I was like, okay, like, you know, might just be feeling a little weird for a second. But as I was walking, I was like, I really started to feel the strain in my hamstring. And I'm like, oh no. Okay, so I went home, iced it, took a nice hot shower. And I was like, okay, hope everything's fine by the morning, because I'm like, this shouldn't be the case. Then come along day 4, I walked in the spot and I was like, okay, I'm feeling fine. I'm not too bothered by it. And I'm walking and I just start limping. And I start to feel a little bit, but not too painful. And then, you know, when I say everything happens for a reason, I was walking and one of my managers was like, hey, Sean, you know, how you doing? And I'm like, I'm good, I'm feeling fine. She's like, oh, you're feeling fine? That second I'm feeling fine, I was like, yeah, nah, I'm not feeling fine. And she asked me what was wrong, and I told her, and I had to do this whole report, go over to AmCare, it's like the Amazon like health place or whatever. And they were basically just asking me a bunch of questions, making me do stretches, how did this happen, how can we do better? Like, they did a good job of being assertive and helping and being very responsive towards it. I explained the situation and they were like, oh no, yeah, we were supposed to move people like every 2-3 hours, but this didn't happen. They said, oh yeah, they noticed that this has been happening here. And I'm like, damn, I gotta change, you know? Like, so after that, they were basically saying, oh, just take your time. Remember, you're still new, your body has not adjusted to this yet, and all that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, and you made me just do this beastie stuff for 10 hours. But I digress. So that whole day, they kept moving me around or whatever, and I loved it. I just felt good because that's really how it should be. They put me in different placements all the time. But in the middle, this lady tried to hit me with some, oh, we were gonna send you home. And I'm like, for what? What'd I do? And like, oh, VTO, it's like voluntary time off. And it's basically like you can go home. And they don't really do that apparently, but like for the last 2 days they were doing that, but I couldn't get it because I was training. But after that, I got asked like if I want to stay, and I was like, yeah. I'm like, I want that check, I want that money, you know what I mean? Because it's an instant 40 hours you're getting, so that check is going to be looking nice. Also, you get paid weekly, which is very nice. I mean, for some people like bi-week like myself, I like a bigger check to look at, but weekly, regardless, the check's going to still look nice. So since I stayed, she placed me in an area where they put like all the other packages that kind of got missed and come down a different lane. And I was like, okay, I was chilling. But bro, when I tell you, day 4, I lost my mind. Like, I was just talking to myself, bro, and just making noises and sounds. I mean, I always make noises and sounds, but no, like, this was different. Like I was literally just in a example. I'm gonna show you. I kind of am trying to figure that out myself. It doesn't make sense, but you know, we're gonna put that together. What? I don't know. Yo, bro, that is actually jokes. I don't get it. What? Make it make sense, bro. What are you talking about? I don't know. Oh my god, bro. You know what's crazy? What if the moon and sun were distant cousins, and that's why they were so far and close at the same time? I don't know. Listen, man. I don't know, man. Honestly, I really don't know. But we're gonna figure it out when the time comes. Okay, cool. That was literally me the rest of the day, just talking to myself and just moving packages. I mean, what I can say is I met a couple cool people. You know, some were funny, some were a bit odd. But you know, didn't really bother me much. I mean, one lady was kind of funny, you know. You ever like just see somebody and you're like, they definitely smoke cigarettes. She didn't even have to say a word, but I just knew it. Like this lady, we didn't really talk until after some time, but it's like I kind of knew she smoked cigarettes. And I was like, nah, yeah, probably. And we didn't really talk. But when she left for a little while and came back, one of the first things she said to me was, I was going out for a smoke and I forgot my lighter. I'm like, I'm like, oh my God, it's the voice. It's the voice. And I'm like, okay, all right, whatever. So all in all, yes, it was an experience. I'm only planning on doing this just for the summer to get my money up. I feel like it's gonna get better. It's gonna get easier once my body gets used to it and I get used to it. So if you plan on working there, work smart, not hard, make friends. Do not kill yourself to be a superhero, because I'm telling you, it is not worth it. You will blow your back out. Like I talked to like 4 people who injured themselves, and now no, it's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. Think of random things to think about, because you will literally just be there with your thoughts if you are not talking to somebody else. That's it. And just enjoy the 10 hours, because it's gonna be very boring and no fun at all. But I hope you guys liked the video. If so, drop a like down below. And if so, if you like me a little more, you know, subscribe to the channel and hop on the wave with your boy, you know. Hop on, see me and you. Yeah. And comment down below and let me know what you'd like to see next. And yeah, we can get into it. But until then, guys, I'm gonna see you guys later. I love you all. Peace.